Oh my lord.
Oh, nice and slow. We're actually dressed up this episode.
What a stupid starting bit.
It's simply because we're cold.
Well, the jackets we're like, throw some glasses. Can you guess what we watched?
We'll give you a second.
It's not Top Gun.
What if I told you that it's already the title of the episode?
What if you clicked on this episode
knowing
and you knew what you were going to watch?
Knowing damn well it was Terminator 1.
Fantastic movie, by the way.
Great
First time
movie.
for both of us.
Great movie.
Also, Miller High Life.
Also,
an actual beer this time.
Just to talk about the beer first, is this Miller's, answer to Coors Banquet?
I hope not, because this is so much worse.
Because
they call it the champagne of beer. And after a little bit, I started to get it. I like champagne. It started to taste like champagne mixed with beer, which is not good.
Yeah, because champagne is very just Sprite.
It's also very sweet.
Yeah.
Banquet's a sweet beer.
Last time I had champagne, it was New Year's Eve 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And it was my first time ever having it, and I'm like, you could have handed me a solo cup of Sprite, and I would have believed you.
Yeah.
And I mean, champagne of beer, is this a celebration of beer? Kind of, yeah. It's the most beer-tasting...
It's the most beer-tasting beer I've ever had, and that's not a good thing.
It's very bland.
It tastes like when I had my first beer, and I didn't like it.
Yeah,
so I don't want to drink it.
Yeah. I mean, the tall boys do get you.
They do. Because 3 beers...
They Terminator.
3 beers is actually 4 beers.
Yeah.
So...
I feel like announcements should happen after the show.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there.
But this movie... we did call out a lot. We did.
But is that also not reminiscent of a good plot?
Yeah. Also, is it just, us... subconsciously knowing that there's a future movie, you probably wouldn't have guessed that
if you didn't know Terminator 2 was coming out.
Yeah. And so also nobody's oh, what if that's John Carter's mom or John Connor's dad?
Yeah.
And it's kind of implied, and then it's just fully
they get to once he pulls out the picture and I guess it's not a flashback, it's a flash forward. You're yeah, this is...
Because he's I feel like I loved you forever. Yeah. And it's okay.
That is 30 seconds before they have sex.
What a pull.
You did call it.
You
called it, I think, at least an hour before that.
Yeah. And I'm just because I've never seen this before.
No.
I've never seen any of the sequels.
Mm-hmm. So
I'm just oh, this Reese guy.
Yeah.
Probably the dad.
Probably. Because we don't hear anything about it. We just hear about Sarah Carter. Or Sarah Connor. But, God, cause it was something I realized, I guess, in the second half of the movie. I really like the first half a lot better than I like the second half. I was enjoying the first half a lot better. Maybe that's because we paused at one point and but still, I think the first half is a lot more enjoyable.
Yeah, because Terminator's just scary. He's coming at you.
Yeah,
he's
I think they still should have had him talk when he was in robot mode. He doesn't talk.
I mean, because there's no longer a facade to keep up. He doesn't have to pretend
he doesn't have to talk.
And the only reason he talked was to get by as human. That's why they showed he had
his dialogue options.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take that.
I enjoyed that.
I'll take that.
I also love the little dogs just being
the dog thing, because she has one at the end, and it builds into that she got trained by the dad so that she could train her son, so that her son could train her dad.
Yeah. But the loop just exists now.
That was something I'm not as happy with that now, because I'm oh, if he saved her, then she could have this son, the rebellion can happen, so that he can go back in time. I'm okay, so the loop is solidified. I'm the loop was always solidified because John Connor existed, which means that he was the dad, which means he went into the past, in the past, The loop has always been.
Also, I almost got Terminator today.
You did.
On my way here, I was crossing the street to get to my car.
They were trying to kill you so that you would have your children in the future.
Yeah. And I couldn't record this podcast.
This podcast is the end of the world. They were trying to stop it.
Canonically. But yeah.
They knew we weren't going to watch Ink Heart. They knew we were going to watch
But canonically, I was crossing the street today, and this one kid, I don't know what he was doing. I bet on his phone.
Probably.
And he was pulling. Thank God I'm so nimble. Because I did one of the whoa. I did a little skip, and the guy, like, there was a car parked like right next to me, and I'm just like, did you see that?
Oh, this guy.
And then it was the most ever. I don't like the curse, but it was the most I ever meant, like, a fuck you.
Yeah.
Because the kid rolled down his window, I think to apologize. If he called me stupid, he's an idiot. Because I have the right of way, because I'm in the crosswalk.
I hope he's one of our random subscribers who recognizes you.
Yeah. I almost killed him.
My favorite podcast.
One day this gets big, and he's like, wait a minute.
I almost killed that guy.
But yeah, I don't think I would have died because I would have jumped.
You rolled over the hood?
Yeah.
What a story that would have been, though.
Oh yeah, that I, like...
Got hit by a car.
So my wish would have been, like, he hit and ran me. So that way I would have had his license plate, and then I would have also got a nice payout.
Is that your happy memory?
That's my happy memory. Oh.
I apologize for last week.
Hook episode, Ryan went off on
I
me.
apologize for last week.
I hope we release what happened after that.
So it's been edited down a lot.
Yeah.
Full episode will be on the Patreon.
Yep, that's going to be an announcement
That's
later
a promise.
today.
Yeah.
Later in the episode, we'll announce it.
Yeah.
Officially.
We'll get there.
But yeah, like, near-death experiences, let's talk about it. Did you ever think in your life, if a near-death experience happened to you, do you think that could have been something that was caused by, like, something else? Do you believe in fate? Is what?
Like butterfly effect or like fate?
I mean, it could be butterfly effect. It could be fate.
I mean, I think everything is essentially butterfly effect. Like, the reason I'm at UCF is butterfly effect. But, like, you could make that make sense for anything. So I guess yes, I do believe in fate.
What's your most favorite chain of events? Because mine is Ellen DeGeneres getting canceled by 9/11.
That's a pretty good one. I was gonna say, yeah.
Do we want to explain that for the audience?
I think we don't. I think they know. Also, I mean,
there could be the crucifixion of Jesus Christ and the fish fillet.
What is that one?
So basically, Jesus Christ getting crucified starts Lent.
Like Good Friday, and then
Good Friday. You don't eat meat except for fish on Good Friday. McDonald's noticed that a drop in sales occurs on Friday. There was a good time.
That's hilarious.
In our life, the fillet of fish has only been year-round for a certain amount of time.
Interesting.
It has always been, like, around Easter season.
I mean, that makes perfect sense.
Like the McFish bites?
Yeah.
Those were originally a Lent feature.
Those commercials slaps. Fishy McBuzz. Fishy bites.
Did you have the app?
No.
There was an app that allowed you to do that, and it wasn't the McDonald's app. Yeah. And it would just play
I hate capitalism.
It would just play the ad over your face. That's all it did. It didn't get you anything. But is that not peak? Without that, like, you would never have, like, Temple Run. Or
without
like,
the Fishy McBites app, you would not
yeah,
have
because
Run?
like you just like back in the day, you just downloaded crap apps.
That's true.
Because like, oh, that looks fun. It's
Yeah.
like the ooh +5 +5 like that app today.
So I got a beer drinking one, so I could drink beer on my phone. But like, what else? Like, what else happens in this movie? It is fairly predictable, and maybe you're right. That is because we know that there are other movies.
Yeah.
But I feel like you do also have to know that Terminator loses in the end.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how they turned Terminator into a good guy.
I really want to watch Terminator 2 now.
Yeah.
We're not promising Terminator 2.
We're not Now You See Me Too will never happen.
It's not gonna happen, guys.
Maybe that's a Patreon.
Now You See Me Too?
Yeah.
We could do that.
Yeah.
We could do sequels on Patreon.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
but yeah, the cops are pretty fun. Like the side character cops. The side character's cop. Because there's like...
This guy's gonna take care of you after you're being hunted down.
Yeah, I mean...
You're fine.
And then there's like the like detective guy, and he's like, I could make like a career off this guy.
Yeah,
because this guy believes everything that he's talking about.
There's some great like fake jump scares in this movie as well. Like when she's leaving her apartment for the first time, and the boyfriend shows up who looks exactly like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
And then after they blow up the truck, and Reese is walking out of the his silhouette is walking out of the smoke.
Yeah,
that was also pretty good.
And then there's the one where he's crashing into like the door, and like you think it's the Terminator trying to get in, but it's really Reese.
Yeah.
Is James Cameron just a good movie maker?
Because he made Avatar and what else?
Avatar 2. Wait, was he? No, that was Christopher Nolan.
With
James, Dark Knight.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was James Cameron.
I don't know what else he made.
Did he make Hobbit?
I don't think so. He went to the bottom of the Marianas Trench.
Oh yeah, no, he made
that documentary on the.
Did he make Titanic?
Yes, he did. Okay, that makes sense now.
Okay, we're back.
Okay, I've still never seen Titanic. Just our second time bringing that up.
We're looking up James Cameron movies so we can respect him more. Terminator 1, 2, Piranha 2, Aliens. He made Aliens.
Oh, yeah. Those slap. Those movies are so good. I guess I've only seen the first one, but still, because we had it was Galaxy Quest that we were talking about Sigourney Weaver. But yeah, I
mean, are the other actors like big in this movie?
I don't, because you said you recognized what Sarah was from,
but she looks very like the girl from Scream.
Her
with the sunglasses, she looks like Neve Campbell.
I don't think anyone else in this movie is like notable besides Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah. I wonder if what's his name's actor, Kyle's character.
Probably. I feel like he would have to be in something else.
I feel like they all got roles after this.
Yeah.
And like this was a very like Star Wars, and then you become big.
Yeah.
Because I mean, the most famous person when Star Wars came out was Harrison Ford, and
because Indiana Jones was before Star Wars, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And so
we said this movie made a lot of money.
This movie made a lot based on its budget.
Yeah. Based on its okay.
Yeah, based on its budget.
Oh,
maybe a little
hint. We almost watched.
Ryan's a scumbag.
Yeah. We almost watched Inkheart before we started. We're like, this is boring. We're gonna switch. Sorry to any Inkheart fans, but I'm like, I gotta come up with some sort of interesting bit to do. I'm gonna try something out this episode. So I looked up what year Inkheart came out, and it gave me the budget. I looked at John. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Like, I don't step on your toes.
Yeah. Well, then you did.
I did. But that's for a bit that I didn't know.
I didn't tell you what the bit was.
Yeah. I wonder if that bit is going to exist.
Because I'm looking at 1984 movies right now. I'm like, you piece of shit.
I didn't know 1984 was made in 1984. That movie
came out. It is odd that it came out in the... Which I guess the book came out before 1984.
Yeah.
So
came out in like 50s, I think. Or 70s.
Well, because we were looking at... I was looking at the year that Inkheart came out, which was 2009. Like, what other movies came out? And 9 was one of them. It's like, I didn't know 9 came out in 2009. It's like, I didn't know 1984 came out in 1984.
If you have a number in your title, chances are it came out
in that year. Did 2012 come out in 2012?
It came out in 2010.
They fucked up.
Because
they could have made so much money if they released it 2 years later.
Because the whole implication... I remember that. I remember going home crying.
Yeah.
Because I'm like... Our history teacher was like, yeah, the world's going to end tomorrow. Just like, okay.
Fuck you.
Don't tell. And then I was like telling like all my classmates like, yo, I'm gonna miss you guys. Like I was in 5th grade. 2012 would have been 5th grade.
I remember like all the conspiracy around it's like, oh, it is gonna end in 2012, and then like years later it was like, oh, like because it's a Mayan calendar, it's wrong.
Yeah.
It's actually 2021 or 2020 or something. It's like, guys, COVID. It's adding up.
I mean, it's weird how we have like a plague every 100 years around the 2020s.
Because it happens.
Yeah, like it was the Spanish
flu, yeah,
and then it was
Black Plague.
Black Plague,
yeah,
or no, in early 1800s it was something else.
I don't know. I'm not.
Maybe it was Black Plague.
I think it was something.
I'm not a history guy.
Black Plague was one of them.
Yeah,
but
it was just like every, and then we're gearing up for the 30s.
We're so off topic right now.
Yeah. We're talking. No,
wait. Actually, speaking about 100 years, I got a quote from this movie.
What?
In 100
your
years,
happy thoughts?
What is your happy thoughts? Your father.
Your father. That was. If anybody watched the Hook episode, you can physically see me just like.
No, because I edited it.
You edited it out?
I edited out every your father. I edited it out. You gotta go to Patreon to see it.
Patreon, you gotta pay $5.
For the month. Hopefully there's multiple things on there for the month, or else I'm gonna feel bad.
No, there will be.
Okay.
We record all
the 100-year thing. One of the quotes was the friend, Ginger, in 100 years, who's gonna care?
Oh yeah, that's a sick quote.
That's a good quote.
That's a good movie. That's your job. Find the cool movie lines that we point out throughout the... Like, that's my thinking, like, when it comes to life, usually. It's just like, nobody's going to remember this.
That used to terrify me as a kid. I'm like, if I don't do something notable, my life didn't mean anything, you're going to be forgotten, and then I'm like, okay.
Well, this is the whole...
but now I've come to accept it.
This is the whole, like, would you rather be the only person to die, or the one person that lives forever?
Yeah. Which we talked about last episode.
Did we?
We did. I'm going to be the only person to die.
And I will be the one that lives forever.
That's insane.
Because, here's my... Now that we're sober. So,
comparatively.
Yeah. But, like, the whole... You're the last person to die, and then people are going to live centuries without you.
Yeah.
You'll just be forgotten.
But, like, if you aren't the last person, if you're the only one who lives forever, then you got to see everyone else you love die.
But then
and that's tough.
Then you just create new ones. I feel like it would be...
Like, I would hate to be a vampire.
Would it be a good movie?
What? With Tuck Everlasting? You ever seen that?
I read it.
It's so sad.
Because isn't it that she has to live on the place with them?
He lives forever, and he falls in love with her, and then he watches her age and die, and then he like buries her at the tree that gave him eternal life, and he keeps on living.
Damn.
It's depressing.
But like, you can always take the Dr. Seuss way and just find a new girl.
Dr. Seuss way?
Yeah.
Oh, because his wife died and he married his mistress?
Yeah.
That's a crazy call.
What was it? One bitch, two bitch, red dead bitch, new bitch.
Tuck Everlasting into Dr. Seuss rhymes is a crazy 1-2. Talking about 1-2 combos. We're talking about the beating that went down on you before we recorded.
Oh no! I was attacked.
I guess we'll leave it at that.
Yeah. Not only was I almost killed tonight, I should have told that to the lady.
Yeah.
Made her feel privileged.
I almost died tonight.
Yeah, I almost died tonight. Yeah, my college campus parking sucks. I can't wait to drive a couple hours tomorrow.
You get a lot of...
I get to listen to the podcast.
It's true.
I get to listen to...
You're going to listen to Hook?
I want to listen to Hook. I want
to see what I clipped out.
Yeah, I want to listen to Hook. I want to listen to Signs, because Signs is a really good episode.
With that song we've been hearing.
And Dark Crystal.
Oh yeah.
I'm telling them to
High School Listening. Guys, if you don't listen to it, we're going to take it down and put it on the Patreon.
We now have a nuke.
Yeah. We'll put Scooby-Doo up there. I promise.
Scooby-Doo will go. Scooby-Doo will go with
It'll go up there.
So will Galaxy Quest.
Yeah.
I feel like this is an announcement after the...
Okay.
We keep on...
Sorry, we're interrupting ourselves.
But yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Is this his first movie?
I want to say yeah.
I feel like it is. Because, I think this is a very first movie kind of thing. Like, you don't have any lines, you're just there to look imposing.
Yeah.
So.
And I look to Ryan and I go, this is film. And it's just Arnold's bare ass.
I did want to play the over-under on his dick length. But I decided to not look that up.
I wonder if that's a stat because he was a muscle builder.
Yeah, probably.
And I don't know if they have to know that.
I feel like that'd be an odd...
for speed... when they put, the Speedos on...
Yeah.
If they have to know, his measurements. And I feel like you can get from the measurements...
of his bodybuilding days?
Yeah,
Because I could probably find the rocks, too.
Yeah. You can probably find those somewhere.
Have you seen any promotion for Moana 2?
I've seen behind-the-scenes footage of Moana 2.
You mean live-action Moana?
Yeah, live-action.
I'm talking about Moana 2.
No, because I'm not on that side of TikTok.
There's, no promotion for it.
I wonder if they do this on purpose now, because people will go to theaters being like, oh, Moana 2 is out.
Yeah.
And, it's not overhyped, and then people will think... Because I heard Wicked is not that good.
It's also only the first part.
Yeah. Which I'm kind of mad about.
I hated when they did that with The Hobbit.
They made it 3 parts!
I went expecting the whole Hobbit, and I got a third of a Hobbit.
I want a 3-hour movie.
Yes.
Bring back 3-hour movies.
Yes.
If movies are going to cost $15 per filming, allow me to stay in the theater for 3 hours.
This was a very short movie. It's like an hour and 10 minutes.
Yes. This is the earliest we have recorded in a while.
Yeah.
And I'm alive.
I didn't have to drink that much.
Ryan didn't have to do 4 ramen cups.
I'm going to remember this episode.
Oh my god. But the whole...
Except you sending Snapchats.
Yeah. Dude.
Game's game.
Game's game. But the whole, idea that a movie... Because this movie could have never led into sequels.
Yeah.
Of course it led into sequels.
Well, we know that now.
Because it's Arnold Schwarzenegger. And then there was a... this is going to keep on happening.
It's also, I think, it got to that point where it was successful enough to where they're like, we can do another one and make a shit ton, load more money. Which, if Terminator 2 is better than this, I gotta know what happens.
Because Terminator 2 was made for $70K. Or $70 million.
Yeah. That's the one with the thumbs up with the lava.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
was this before or after Back to the Future?
Back to the Future was 1985.
The year after this.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I think they were filming when this came out.
Probably this, yeah.
And Back to the Future is so good.
It's so good.
The fact that they made all 3 movies,
back to back to back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good.
Mm-hmm.
And then that is the only franchise that I think you can come back and make a TV show for.
That's another, because we talked about Maggie Smith, who played Wendy in Hook.
Yeah.
Who plays Doc Brown? I don't remember his name.
I don't know.
But whatever his name is, that's another actor I was so confused when I found out his real age, because he looks old in Back to the Future.
That's
how old is this
That's
guy?
why in Back to the Future, he has old man makeup on.
Yeah.
And in Back to the Future 2, he takes it off.
Yeah.
Because it's him becoming younger because they have surgeries in 2015.
Yeah.
Oh, did your school do the Marty McFly announcement?
No.
So on the day that Marty McFly went back to the future,
it's like October 13th or something.
Yeah, 2015.
Yeah.
Our principal made an announcement. Made Marty McFly please report to the principal's office, and nobody was like, "No, there's not a Marty McFly
That's
here."
fun.
But like the cultured, myself included, I'm like, that's pretty sick.
That's like getting a Bueller
Bueller.
That I guess that puts me to another point. So this movie, so it takes place in 1984, but the future is 1929, which is 5 years from now. Which is crazy to think about, that the bomb could go off now. that was the booming last episode.
Yeah.
That's a 45-year difference, which from now would be 2069.
Do I think that there will be a bomb in our lifetime?
In the next 4 years,
because right now there's 2 wars going on.
Yeah,
we're entering that sweet age of
it's
World
plausible.
War.
It's definitely plausible.
I don't want to say sweet age of World War. I don't wish that.
We could get drafted.
I mean, we're gonna probably be aged out of it by then.
You think? How what's the age out?
25.
Oh, okay. Well, you're.
I'm on.
I got 4 years.
Also, if you're in college, you can't get drafted.
Let's go.
That's why I was trying to get my master's.
There you go.
But the whole, like, will we get bombed? I don't see it.
I don't think it's gonna happen. Maybe this is gonna be the found footage 15 years from now. You know,
I'm not gonna.
Which damn! I wish I dropped the camera. I hope it's working right now. If not, we gotta back up.
Yeah.
But I dropped the camera, and when it like sets up, it's like set in the date of when you're recording, or whatever. Now I wish I'd set in the actual date. So it's like, damn, this got filmed right the day before. But now it's gonna say it got filmed 14 years before. I can say the date. Today is what? November 25th, 2024.
God, it's crazy. We're about to enter that 2025.
I know.
And, like, if you asked 2016, John, this year was 10 years in the future. If you could... if you could go back in time and tell... This is not a question I wrote down.
But we're getting there.
This is coming from my mind. If you could go back and tell young Ryan...
10 years?
10 years from now. Like, something about the future, what would you tell him?
Oh, if my 10-year-old self came back.
No,
if I went back to 10.
Yeah, because you would be going back in time.
So if I went to my 11-year-old self... I was told in elementary school that I wouldn't like school until college.
Yeah.
I would tell them, not even college. I would say, don't do engineering. Don't waste that time. Yeah.
But then, like, if you never did
then I wouldn't have met so many people.
Yeah, you wouldn't have met me.
I don't think I would have.
You would have not met...
I wouldn't have met Piper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, who else?
Or probably Jacob.
Yeah.
Because if I had known I wasn't doing engineering, I probably wouldn't have gone to UCF.
Yeah.
That
was me 10 years in the future. Instead of visiting my younger self,
I was you now to change my mind and change his mind.
Time travel is such a funny bit.
You can't change it. And then that's what, I guess, going back to our butterfly effect, that's when I'm like, oh, there's so many small things that change, and then your whole life changes.
I would go back, change John's fine ratio to tell him to buy into Bitcoin. But past John doesn't care about money, and he's just...
I would take everything out of my savings account, give it to myself in kindergarten, and tell my kindergarten self to go to my parents and buy a house. That's what I do.
And then, like, I don't know, like, the future like, movies are so cool, because, like, there's so many shenanigans that you can pull, because there's the whole character dies, okay, what's going to happen now?
Yeah. Because you watched Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, right?
Yeah.
I love that one. When they're breaking into the jail, and he goes, Ted, remember to put a trash can. And then the trash can falls from the ceiling. And then, like, the movie ends. It's like, okay, so after the movie ends, he has to go to the jail and set all this up so that... It's so funny.
Like, I wish there were more fun time travel movies.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's such a not traveled like avenue of filmmaking.
I think there's a part of it that's hard, especially for like, I guess newer filmmakers. Is because I was thinking about this when I was at the beach. I'm like, I wish at least 2 people in our friend group had the exact same car, because that would make for a great time travel scene as a car chase where both cars are the same and it's the same person. But you got to find a look-alike, or you got to find it's there's so much film.
Which, I mean, we are on a campus with 70,000 students.
You can find someone with the same car.
You gotta be like, hey, man.
Hear me out.
Like, what is it? I mean, when we start filming, another announcement, when we start filming actual, like, videos, I'm sure
we'll figure something out.
Yeah, we'll figure.
Yeah.
Because, also, I'm gonna go on a tangent here. If I would... This is completely off topic.
Nowhere related to the movie.
If I was future, I would go back in time, fuck with myself, and like basically, oh, your glass of milk you left on this counter? No, it was actually this counter. So funny little ghost story, little ghost tale.
Okay,
for around Christmas time, because Christmas is when.
It's crazy that Christmas Christmas is a ghost holiday.
Yeah. That's why the song goes and
Scary Ghost Stories.
Yeah. Because, like, I'm not sure if this happened, like, with your family around Christmas time, but, like, there's, like, a time in, like, the Christmas dinner where my family will just start bringing up ghosts.
And that does not happen. We don't have Christmas dinner.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We do breakfast.
Oh, that's, I mean, a nice little brunch.
Yeah.
But, like, the one story that... So, like, I fib a little. I'll be honest. I'm a little of a jokester. But, like, this story, I will go to my grave and say that it happened the day after my grandfather died. So, Fred, my grandfather on my mom's side, after he passed away, I was just like, dude, I'm so tired right now. I just need to get a shower and go to sleep. I remember there was a washcloth in my fucking shower. I left to go get something. I grabbed my Diary of a Wimpy Kid book because I used to read that when I went to the bathroom. And then I go back and there's no washcloth in the shower. And then I go to my mom because I'm freaked the fuck out. And I go, Mom, why is there not a washcloth in my shower? My mom's like, what are you talking about? Like, go get a washcloth. And then I go back into the bathroom, and there's just a washcloth where it would have been. And to this day, I'm like, that was my
your grandpa?
Yeah.
Fucking with you?
Yeah. And, like, so I would want to do, like, little stuff like that, like, with my grandkids, and just, like, fuck with them.
I don't know if I've told the hand story on here, or if I told the hand story to you. But I was, when I was very young, I still had that, like, bed, like, protector on the side so it wouldn't fall off my bed when I rolled. And I woke up, like, kind of early in the morning, and there was this hand, like, waving,
You told me about it. And this was after I slept in that same bed. It would have been crazy if I was like, hey.
So if I went back in time, I would hide in my old room and wave to myself. That's what I would do.
It would have been so creepy if I came downstairs, like, and I was just like...
If you had just said it, I would have been like, I told all of you.
Like, could you imagine if I just came downstairs and I was like, yeah, did one of you guys, like, wave at me last night? Because, like, I saw a hand going, like, and it was, like, the exact moment. How freaked out would you be?
I would have been terrified. But, like, there's no way... maybe my sister would have told you to say that, because that would be really funny if she did. But, no, I would go back in time. I'd do that. To make sure I'm not crazy.
Would you want to go back in time and see if that thing was real?
Yeah. I would do that.
Or, like, if it was just, like, your little kid brain being like, that's a hand!
But, like, there's no way it could have been my own. I couldn't slip my hand under the gate thing to... Couldn't have been my own. Like, I swore it was my dad, but he still denies it to this day.
That's such, like, a creep. Like, I feel like every everybody has one thing that they like can't be like.
Yeah,
No,
can't explain.
Yeah. That's like the whole time travel bit. We can't explain it right now, at least. Like we can use like theories of relativity, and like come up with like a way to time travel.
Yeah,
but there's no time machine.
There's no time machine.
You can't go back. You can't go back.
You got some questions? Some truths, some falses, perhaps?
I do have. Let's see where we're at.
A nice 34 minutes right now.
We're actually doing pretty good.
We got a lot to go over.
Yeah. God, where are my notes? Get out of Snapchat.
The baddies are calling.
The baddies. Whoa. It's for the baddies.
It's from the future.
So, this is our most reoccurring bit. This is 3 fun facts. Or 3 beers and some facts. But one of these I made up. I know I have a nice name for it.
Yeah.
I just can't remember it off the top of my head. But 2 of these I did not make up. 2 of these are real.
Mm-hmm.
One of these is not. So we'll just go into it.
See, my future self already listened to these and came back and told me what the answer was.
Cheater. He told you, don't watch In-Card. Don't watch In-Card.
What?
He told you, like, not to watch In-Card.
Oh.
Get on T2 or Terminator 1. While shooting this film, James Cameron often resorted to what he called guerrilla filmmaking as a way of getting around acquiring permits and needed to film certain scenes.
I like that. I like that style of filmmaking. That's pretty good.
Yeah, so he was just filming places. Number 2, Arnold Schwarzenegger tried to avoid Linda Hamilton and Michael Biehn, Sarah Connor, and the other guy.
Okay.
As much as possible, since the Terminator was trying to kill them, not form connections.
Arnold Schwarzenegger tried to avoid them on set?
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 3, Arnold Schwarzenegger would stand still next to T-100 animatronics and tackle personal assistants and supporting cast to scare them on set and have them quote, fear the Terminator.
No, he would do that. I think, because now I'm like thinking, where would they have had to shoot where they couldn't get permission? And I can't think of any scenes where they would have shot in like a giant public place. So maybe the first one's false.
First one's false?
Mm-hmm.
Ryan, you're 1-1.
Damn. Is it the second one?
No.
The third one?
The third one I made up.
Damn! I feel like that's something you would do. That's really funny.
I'm just like, what would be so outrageous and funny that it's just like, no, he would do that.
He would do that.
Quote unquote, fear the Terminator.
Yeah. Which I guess that brings up one of my points is the animatronic Arnold Schwarzenegger. So cool.
So cool.
They must have spent a lot of money on that.
I wonder where that is, because that's probably somewhere.
I wonder if it's in like the Universal Masks show. I feel like it would be there.
Yeah, like the
horror
makeup show?
Yeah, because they used to have the Terminator show there. I wonder if that animatronic is there.
Yeah. I mean, we gotta go back to Universal. I love Universal. I want
to go to the shows and stuff. The shows are fun.
I don't like the people who populate Universal. No. Because they're not the Disney folk. Disney folk, they'll be nice to you, even though they might hit a couple...
They're nice to you, but they're fake nice to you.
They're fake nice to you. But Universal,
they're just straight up mean.
They don't get around. And then there's the horror makeup show. I love it because they go, this ain't Disney, and squirt you with like a rubber heart.
Yeah.
And like... the shows are really fun at Universal.
I haven't done Fear Factor in so long.
Fear Factor's no longer there.
What? What's there?
Nothing.
They just have it there for
nocturnal. It's Nocturnal Circus.
Oh my god.
It's sexy dances.
Well, you're not wrong.
Wow. I was there for the final show during Horror Nights.
It's pretty good. I do enjoy the show.
I enjoyed it. The last show, I could have done without. Because you have it's the same people that go to Wicked to scream the song.
Yeah.
And it's like, people know the lines by heart because they've been going every single day since the beginning of the event. And then they start calling out the people by name, and it's like, these people want to perform a story for us. They're little performers.
Yeah.
Allow them to do that.
I do think it's funny that the tech crew does the same show movement. It says that...
See, I feel like that goes into the safety aspect.
Yeah.
So they know that, they're in sync with the flame people.
Oh.
And I think that's kind of part of it.
Okay.
And they're like, we gotta know.
To make sure that, like, even though that this person's in front, they know that they're at the same time?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I think that's a cool, like, technical standpoint that they do. I'm not sure if it's on purpose.
Yeah.
But I think it is on purpose.
Yeah.
And I just think that's cool. I like...
I've never thought of it. That's interesting.
I like it technical standpoint. I like, oh, they're doing that so they know that they're on time. Yeah.
Let's see if this new bit hits. 1984. That's the year this movie came out, Terminator. I got 5 movies here. 3 of these came out in 1984 as well. 2 of them did not. I want to see how well you know your movie timeline. I got Ghostbusters, Dune, the original, Willow. That's a throwback for you. Let's see if you remember when Willow came out.
Wait, can you...
I'll start over. Ghostbusters, the original Dune, Willow. Let's see if you remember when that one came out. The Karate Kid, and Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
So I'm choosing which ones came out in 1984.
Which ones also came out in 1984, same year as Terminator.
Roger Rabbit
Uh-huh.
is my one that I'm picking.
As 1984?
Yes, because... So I might pick other ones.
Okay.
So I'm not...
There's 3. 3 of these came out in 1984.
So Robert Zemeckis.
Okay.
Robert Zemeckis filmed Who Framed Roger Rabbit, who also... He also directed Back to the Future.
Really?
The actor who is in Roger Rabbit, who plays the titular Roger Rabbit, is in Back to the Future 2.
Okay.
He plays the guy trying to save the bell tower in 2015.
Okay.
So he is in the 1986 film Back to the Future 2.
Okay.
It's Back to the Future 1, right? Or, no, there is not.
It's Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
So, Who Framed Roger Rabbit would have been filmed in 1983, which means 1984 is when it came out. That's why Roger Rabbit is one of those.
Okay.
What are the...
Ghostbusters, the original Dune, Willow, and the Karate Kid.
I think it's Dune.
Okay.
Willow was 1985. And Karate Kid.
That's your guess?
That's my 3.
Dune, Karate Kid, and Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Yeah.
Dune is correct.
Dune came
out in 1984.
Did I overthink Roger Rabbit?
You overthought Roger Rabbit.
Oh, damn.
That came out in 1988. Same as Willow. Willow came out in 1988.
Yes. I knew Willow was later.
And the Karate Kid and Ghostbusters also came out in 1984. 1984 was a good year for movies. That's a pretty good lineup. I've been listening to the original Dune soundtrack as well. Fantastic.
Yeah. I feel like, as far as movies went, I like that bit.
Okay.
That bit's really good. It can stay. It can stay in.
I've got the pass.
But because it forces me to think outside the box.
That's got a lot. That's a lot easier to find than beer facts.
Yeah. And I like to critically think of when movies came out.
Imagine we go to trivia now. It's like, what year did this? I know.
I'm so cracked.
I'm so locked in right now.
Next semester we gotta go to trivia.
Yeah. I hope I'm not on that. I hope I'm not on that committee again because I want to go to trivia.
Do you apply for that committee?
So I applied for it this semester, and then they're like, "Do you want to do it again?" I'm like, I get this, but based on I don't know. Yeah. I would have to technically apply again. I don't know. If I don't get it,
it's the old.
I know where I'll be. Gator's Dockside with the professor.
Dude, shout out Professor. This guy, he brought me and Jarrett in. he was basically, so me and Jarrett didn't know that they did trivia on Wednesdays. And then we went to trivia, And now it's become like almost our second family.
Yeah.
Because like we know the waiters.
Yeah.
Like they're really nice. The one girl last time was like, "Do you want me to get you like 2 orders of wings like every single time?" And I'm like,
"That would be
the Reaper sauce. Don't get it."
I didn't plan on it.
I got it, and I was like, "What?"
We'll get there.
Oh, announcements. But like, I almost cried because of the Reaper sauce, and it was like it was the hottest sauce I had in a while.
Really?
And that was our podcast when we filmed season Hook.
Was it Hook?
Yeah.
That you did the Reaper sauce?
Yeah, and I was in pain.
Me too.
You were in pain. But what else happened? Like, yeah, Gators Dockside, the professor, top 3 trivia persons in Orlando. He brings that every time. Love him, great guy. Reason we have the beer sign.
True.
Not this time. Hopefully one day we can figure out how to hook it up.
If we could hook it up in the bag, that'd be sick. So we could get
eventually, if we get studio.
True.
More.
I would love an extra room for
more announcement. Announcement potentially.
Oh,
in the far future.
Oh, okay.
Like,
what do you got cooking?
It was. I'll type it up, but the whole professor trivia, I really enjoy it because it's a mix of like old and new stuff.
I wasn't expecting like Styx albums names. I'm like, oh, that's fun. I'm totally guessing in the blind here, but no, I hope I can go again more because I did enjoy it. And the wings are, yeah.
Yeah. Great guy. He saw me and Jared eating our unlimited wings in the corner, like, and then he's like, "Hey, trivia's free. Do you want to take part?" And like, we've been regulars ever since. Our team name always changes. We need a more. I want to
solidify a name.
Our team name last week was medium sized sedan.
I think it's funny that it changes because I think him reading it every week as something different would be kind of funny.
We were gonna every round change it to a different size sedan, so it was gonna be tiny size sedan, medium size sedan, large size sedan. Yeah, that's really fun.
Yeah. Some questions.
I got a budget.
You got a budget.
I got a budget.
I forgot about the budget.
Yeah.
I don't think I have another. I've already brought up all 3 of my points. I remember that this time. I know what I brought up. I know what I haven't brought up.
Where's my...
You're really lost in the sauce in my notes.
I keep on, like... Because there's so many notes, like... I create, like... Our TikTok copy and paste.
Oh.
our hook.
The hashtags. Yeah.
And then, EDH rec. Really fun things here. Why do I have 412?
That's a good time. That's a good time to know.
Yeah, but just random things here. And then
you've lost it again.
So, I have guessed the budget.
Okay.
This is when I list 2 movies. Both came out in the same year.
Mm-hmm.
And 2 different budgets.
Oh, that's when we looked at what movies were getting.
Yeah.
So it's never ending stories.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, wait to...
Sorry.
So, the first movie is Terminator. The second movie is Never Ending Story.
Whoa!
It's like you came from the future.
It's like... Oh.
Wow!
It's all part of my plan.
Technically, Reese did come from the future. But Terminator and Never Ending Story.
Mm-hmm.
The 2 numbers I have are 6.4 million.
Okay.
And 27 million.
27 million?
Yeah.
I feel like Terminator could have been made for a lot less money. I think there's so much more practical puppet, and I don't remember if there's stop motion or not in Neverending Story. There's definitely more paintings and stuff going on. I think Neverending Story was 27 and Terminator 6.4.
You're good.
Let's go.
You got it right.
I'm so locked in on these.
But isn't that crazy? You could make a decent movie for
6.4 million.
God.
Which, I mean, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, it's probably
But
a
how
lot
much
more
did it
today.
make?
It made like 127 million.
That's
the reason I picked 27 million.
crazy.
But it made a lot.
Yeah. Which I'm probably, like, most of that was probably spent on, I mean, you gotta, like, pay directors, whatever, actors, but the animatronic Arnold and the scenes of the future was, like, the minis and stuff.
And you also didn't have to pay for permits.
Yeah.
Because he was using Gorilla, like,
Yeah.
filming.
Genius. Thank you, James Cameron.
Yeah. Like, could you imagine if you did that for, like, Avatar? Yeah, I wasn't allowed to film here. I wasn't allowed on Pandora.
On Pandora. It kicks me out. I was going for the unobtainium.
I literally couldn't breathe on the planet, but they allowed me.
We actually had to turn the actors into Avatar.
That'd be such a funny SNL sketch.
Yeah.
We actually had to paint them blue and give them stills. And then we had to... I don't know what James Cameron looks like.
I think he looks like a... unfortunately, the first image that comes to mind is a more sane Jeffrey Epstein. Now I gotta look him up to...
Yeah. James Cameron is just a normal white dude. But like...
Yo, I'm not wrong.
Yes.
I'm not wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, he looks like Jeffrey Epstein if he was normal.
I'm surprised I pulled that out of my ass. Because I saw him in the one documentary when he went in the submarine.
Oh, yeah.
I watched marine bio in high school.
To be in a submarine submerged in the ocean.
Yeah.
Is it terrifying or is it kind of relaxing?
I think it's a little bit of both. If you don't think about where you are, then it's relaxing.
Like, at any moment, this thing
will collapse.
And then we just become red. Dude, I would be going up to the other people in the summer. Any moment we can be... That would be a funny sketch. Yeah. Any moment we can become red.
Everything how deep we are right now.
Yeah, we're so deep right.
Shut up.
Shut up, Jeremy! Yeah, but... I mean, the budget was the budget.
Yeah.
I don't know how much Neverending Story made. I think that might be the next...
That's pretty popular as well, though. So
I mean, it had a sequel, so it must have done.
Well, we now can't watch it because now I know how much it cost to make.
Yeah. You'll forget.
Shit. Just serve me 4 Roman Cokes. I don't know.
Gatorade vodka.
Thank you, Grandpa.
So now we have some questions.
Yeah.
What time period would you want a Terminator to hunt you down in?
I think the earlier in time you go, the better off you're going to be, because they're not going to have as good of technology to hunt you down.
Yeah.
You got to go like 18. Let's go 100 years earlier. Let's go 1884. I don't know what happened that year.
I think that's like Dust Bowl. That's Civil War.
That would be
Wait, no,
sick.
that's 1850s.
Okay, let's go. Even then, let's go 1850s.
Could you imagine?
That's sick.
Could you imagine a Civil War Terminator movie?
Where the Terminator's walking,
James Cameron
gets hit with a cannonball, and he just keeps walking, and I was like, "What the fuck?
What is this guy?"
Yeah, that's a cool movie.
That's a cool. James Cameron, you're welcome for that.
They'll be down for that one.
I think like Wild West.
That would be cool.
Wild West would be cool.
Yeah.
I mean, same time period.
Yeah. Just different region.
Yeah. And like the cool cowboy aesthetic. T2, T100 as a cowboy. You're welcome for that, James Cameron.
Put him on a horse. The horse is also a robot.
That's just Venom.
Venom 3.
How was that movie? Is that movie still?
I still never saw the second one.
No.
I didn't plan on it. It's Woody Harrelson as Carnage. I'm like, what the?
I mean, Woody Harrelson's a good actor. But
I like him.
He plays Woody Harrelson.
But as Carnage?
Woody Harrelson is the original Rock / Chris Pratt. Just plays Woody Harrelson.
What an odd take.
He plays Woody Harrelson.
Yeah, he does.
Tallahassee is Woody Harrelson.
Is he from Tallahassee?
No, in Zombieland.
Oh, yes.
In the movie, he is. I love how his son is in the movie, and he's a dog. And then, like, they have a flash forward, and it's like, oh no, he was talking about his son.
Oh, yeah.
Very good.
That is, yeah.
What else is there to bring
I
up?
thought you were still talking about real life Woody Harrelson. Like, his son's a dog.
His son's a dog?
Yeah.
Question number 2.
Yeah.
How far would you go to outrun a Terminator?
It depends on what I'm being terminated for. If I'm being terminated for something, like, world-ending, I'll just be like, alright. I get it. But if it's like, no, that doesn't sound right, I'll go pretty far. I think, like, what if you just went on a boat?
Yeah, he can't swim.
He can't swim.
Because then he's just...
Just get on the cruise.
Put him in rice.
Yeah.
Like, my entire thing with, if you ever have... This is going to get political. If you ever have, like, a hardcore Christian, like, protagonist, they should never fear death.
Yeah.
Because in their eyes, they're going to heaven.
That's fair enough.
So they're like, yeah, if I die, I just get to meet my Lord sooner.
Yeah.
And, like,
Happiest place ever.
Like, we can ball up with Underdog.
That's a crazy plot, is you have a hardcore Christian who is also a Disney adult, and they don't know what the happiest place is. But if I live, I can keep going to the happiest place on earth, but if I die,
I can go to the happiest place.
Not on earth.
Bro, we're trying to record a podcast.
That's the guy who almost hit you.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, so question...
3?
Number 3.
Yeah.
Is this just the snail?
Yeah, that's so funny that I brought that up when the compact crusher was coming down. I think it is, but neither you or he are immortal. I think it's more of a
I
time loop
outlast.
snap. Yeah,
Yeah.
but he's just gonna keep chasing you till either you kill it or you die.
Yeah. Yeah, like that snail scenario. Like, do you just keep on traveling on a plane and then you're like,
I mean,
how fast
I feel like you could trap it. It's a snail. I can't break out of anything.
What if you put the snail in a lockbox somewhere?
Yeah. Send it to the bottom of the ocean. I don't know.
Yeah. But I feel like the bottom of the ocean, you don't know where it is. But if you...
It's true.
If you hire security guards...
If it's not just them, they're fine.
They're fine.
Yeah.
But, like, if you put them in the box and just be like, have 2 security guards and be like, your only job in this world is to make sure 4 security
just
guards.
Let
so
me
that
know
they
when
can-
the snail gets out.
Yeah.
It's you got time. It's like snail's out. Okay.
Okay. I got it.
I'll be there in 5 minutes.
Yeah. Wait. Or you
until
just-
the snail telepathically connects with one of your bodyguards and they sneak it into your investment bag.
What if you?
What's this guy doing? You can't park there, bud.
What if you put salt around the snail? Like, what you gonna do now?
Snail's immortal.
but
But he's just shriveled up and he can never move. He's not dead.
he just can't move anymore.
Yeah. Oh my god. Like zombie.
We should call the cops and be like, yo, somebody's parked in the
Yeah.
handicap spot. I love people watching off this balcony.
It's really fun. I'm glad we chose this as a recording spot. It's probably a little loud, but
Yeah, I feel bad for our viewers sometimes.
that's why I'm glad I figured out the audio lineup for this thing. But
Yeah, but now
it's whatever.
we get out of context funny things that could happen.
Yeah.
This is our window into the real world, like how the TV is our window into the movie world.
Wow. What good writing you do.
Good writing. Yeah, I think it's time we rank our beer first.
Rank our beer first. This is low for me. I did not like Miller High Life. It's not as bad. It's very... It tastes like beer when I first started drinking it. So I'm going to give it like a 2.62. It's low.
Yeah.
I wouldn't order this anywhere. I wouldn't drink it anywhere. I'm going to get a Busch Light.
I think that this is their version of Coors Banquet.
Yeah.
And for that, it's just mid. It's just not that good.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm going to give this the most 3 flat ever.
Yeah.
I can't...
That's fair.
Because I was going to rank it at 2.5, and then I'm just
it's a little low.
That's a little low.
I put it a little bit above.
Like, because it's better than Rum and Coke.
I didn't even open my 4th. I'm like, I don't want one.
Yeah, like, it's whatever.
It's better than Rum and Coke.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It gets the job done.
Yeah.
I feel good right now. I feel like this is a good episode.
Yeah.
I feel like this is... I'm wearing the coat and I feel cool. I feel cool.
It's good on you.
Thank you. As I'm wearing just shorts and a t-shirt.
Yeah.
I'm not prepared for the outside. My mom texted me today, hey, bring a coat and, like, to South
You're
Carolina.
going up north? Yeah, you're screwed.
Yeah. Like, I'm going to South Carolina, so it shouldn't be as... I don't think I'm going to be outside that much.
I mean, you're the guy who said you wore shorts in Pennsylvania in the winter. So.
Yeah, because I used to wait at the bus stop for 50 minutes. Because my bus stop was a sine curve of when it would get there. Like,
You're proving that you can arrive at the bus stop at the same time as your probability question correct.
Coolest thing I ever seen in my life was, it was snowing out,
Oh.
I had to wait for the bus, and I saw all the lights in the neighborhood, because I live on this hill. If you ever come up to Pennsylvania, I can show you where my old house is. I can see every house for a good 1.5 miles.
Damn.
And it's all on a hill. I see every light in order go out. And I'm just like, this is so magical. And then every light turned back on because the power kicked back in. And I'm just like, wow.
Really cool.
Nobody else would have seen this except for me. And I just like walked under the bus like, woo! And then
Right place, right time.
What a fun time.
But your movie, so now that I understand the rules.
Yeah, now that I'm not mansplaining the rules to Ryan, because I'm not sure if anybody who watched Hook is watching this right now, but I hope you are.
I hope you are.
But if you watched Hook, you could clearly see me trying to explain the rules to Ryan, and him just not getting it.
Even after I'm like, oh, I get it now, I kept watching as I was editing it. I'm like, you still don't get it, bud.
So, the rules are, we're not ranking the movies on a number scale. We're ranking them compared to the other movies we watched this season. That way we get the top 10. Watch that video. Top 10 aspect. But we'll probably do more than 10.
We'll watch like 15 movies or something.
Yeah.
But only a few will make the top 10.
Yeah.
Where are you putting this?
I'm putting this... Oh.
Okay, I can go first.
You can go first.
I'm putting this number 2. I enjoyed Hook more.
I enjoyed Hook more too. Like, Hook is such a good movie, and it also has the nostalgia aspect, where if I had the nostalgia aspect for this movie, probably be higher.
Like, I would watch this again, but I would watch this again at a future time. I would watch Hook again right now.
Hook is so good.
It's so good.
It's so sad.
Yeah.
But it's so, like, it hits every point that you want to have, because Peter Pan just stops fighting because he's like, okay, I got my kids back.
Yeah.
I don't have to kill you.
Yep.
And then Captain Hook goes, I will haunt you and your family and your children's children's children. And then he's like, well, I gotta fight now.
Yeah.
And so, also, Captain Hook killed Rufio before that, so Rufio was gonna have no retribution.
That's crazy.
That Peter Pan was just like,
it's whatever.
Yeah.
Alright, dude.
But
Don't worry, Thud's coming in.
Thud's coming. I wish I had fake legs right now.
That's a really good bit.
Because they can't see me. But yeah, I think
Hook's going to be hard to beat for number 1.
This movie is not bad.
No, not by any means.
Not by any
This
means.
might stay my number 2.
Yeah,
for the rest of
who
the
knows what we watch? But
Hook's going to be a hard one to beat.
The first 30 minutes of... Let's get this straight. First 30 minutes of Inkheart, number 3. Let's get that out.
Number 10.
Number 10. But yeah, I think... Let's get some announcements out of the way.
Yeah. I think you know more. Like, you got it on
So, we have opened up the Patreon. It's not published yet. By the time of this video, it might be published. It might not be. It may not be.
Unfortunately, lowest we can go is $5 a month.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can get enough out.
But you do have a 7-week free or 7-day free trial. So we did kind of compromise there.
If you time it correctly, you can get a lot of content.
You can get them for like around like probably the 3-week mark if you're counting your chickens.
Yeah.
But we're gonna post some behind the scenes things. We're gonna show full episodes on there, unedited, with maybe some exceptions.
Something I gotta get.
We're gonna show bonus episodes eventually. Movie commentary on movies that we've seen before, and that way we can like talk during the movie and become more personal with you guys. Something
like movies coming out more recently.
Yep.
Like we would go see Wicked, review it right away, put it on there.
Yeah. Do car reviews.
Car reviews. Not reviewing cars. Reviewing movie in the car.
Boy, that view looks really nice. But yeah, that's just Patreon. Another announcement. What was the other announcement?
Hot Ones.
Hot Ones episode. That will come out later than earlier. But it's still something that we could bring up. We want to do a Hot Ones type interview with one another. Maybe ask some hot questions.
Yeah, I know we promised a D&D podcast. We're working on the logistics of that.
Yeah, no news on that yet. But there is some news for the behind the scenes going on right now.
Yeah.
There's some negotiations. We will post more now. Even more that we already been posting. Santa gained the reins. But I think that's where we'll leave it for news.
Yeah.
Because that's Christmas time. Santa gained the reins. It's Christmas.
Back. He's back.
But yeah, that's it. I think good episode.
Yeah.
That's where we'll cut it off. So
see you next week.
See you next week. Oh, wait. I'll be back. Pretty good episode.
That was pretty good.